What if I told you that your reality isn't something fixed, but a living mirror reflecting not your thoughts, not your actions, but the exact frequency your body emits every second? That the frustration you've been feeling, whether it's the same job, the same arguments, the same emptinesses, not happening because life is hard, but because you're tuned in to the same invisible station over and over again, like a cosmic playlist on loop. Most people try to change their lives by doing more, pushing harder, visualizing stronger, but the field doesn't respond to effort, it responds to energy, and your energy. It's a signal, subtle, precise, inescapable. Think of this, too. People walk into the same space, same light, same air, same moment. One feels inspired, the other crushed. Why? Because they're not in the same reality. They're not tuned to the same frequency. You might not realize it yet, but you've been walking through timelines your entire life, unconsciously collapsing realities based on your dominant emotional broadcast. Every thought laced with doubt, every expectation soaked in fear that's not harmless. That's code. In the quantum field, it's always listening. This video isn't just another pep talk or theory dump, it's a key, a vibrational decoder for the matrix you're living in. Because if you're willing to shift the way you tune your signal, not tomorrow, not someday, but now, you will begin collapsing an entirely different version of life around you. One that already exists, waiting for you to match it. So stay tuned. The end. There's a hidden truth about manifestation, focus, and identity that no one ever told you on when you hear it. You'll never look at your thoughts or your reality the same way again. The question isn't whether the shift is possible. It's how fast are you ready to tune in? You've been told to visualize, to believe. Script your desires like a screenplay, hoping the universe would take the hint. But what if none of that truly matters unless your inner frequency is in harmony with the version of reality you're trying to reach? See, this isn't about positive thinking or hustle culture masked in spiritual robes. This is about quantum resonance. It's a kind that bypasses the surface and speaks directly to the architecture of existence. Your emotions aren't just passing clouds, they're electromagnetic signals that imprint onto the quantum field, commanding it with stunning precision to mirror back experiences that match your internal broadcast. This is why some people seem to attract magic while others grind endlessly and stay stuck. It's not luck, it's coherence. Your body remembers every wound, every story, every belief you've ever rehearsed, and those memories vibrate. When your nervous system is locked in survival, your field is chaotic, noisy, incompatible with abundance. You could scream, "I'm ready for a new life," but the field will echo back only what your body whispers in fear. "I don't feel safe to change." It's not failure, it's physics. The good news, frequency is fluid. It can shift. When it does, so does your reality, not slowly, not incrementally, but radically. This is how quantum events occur: moments when the universe bends in your favor, not because you pushed, but because you matched. You didn't force it. You tuned into it.
Ow!
But how do you actually tune a signal you can't see, touch, or hear? How do you become energetically coherent with the version of you who already has what you want, even when your current life shows no proof it exists? Let's get honest for a moment, because if you're still here, it means something deep inside. You knows you've been doing all the right things and still feel stuck. You've read the books, repeated the affirmations, even meditated in silence hoping to feel something shift, and yet mornings still feel heavy. Decisions still feel foggy, and that invisible glass wall between you and your dream life, still there. It's exhausting, isn't it? Waking up in a life that doesn't reflect the truth of who you know you could be. Feeling like you're meant for something greater, but no matter how hard you push, the world doesn't push back with the same intensity. And maybe the scariest part, you're starting to wonder if it's always going to feel this way. Like maybe you're missing some secret code everyone else has cracked. But here's what no one told you. You're not broken. You're just broadcasting the old frequency of who you used to be, and the field is faithfully reflecting it back. This isn't about effort. This is about alignment. It's not about how badly you want it. It's about how precisely you're tuned. Imagine trying to play a symphony through a radio stuck on static. And no matter how brilliant the composition, the distortion ruins everything. That's how most people live, broadcasting conflicting signals. Desire mixed with fear, vision, laced with doubt, goals shadowed by guilt. The result: it's a fragmented field that can't collapse the reality you're asking for. But the pain you feel right now, the restlessness, the inner war, the pressure to fix what you can't quite name, that's not your enemy. It's the invitation. A call to recalibrate. A cosmic nudge reminding you were never meant to hustle your way into a new reality. You were meant to tune into it. And the moment you do, everything changes. Not gradually, but instantly.
Noise.
Because the quantum doesn't wait. It responds. Fast. Most people don't realize they're living in an energetic echo chamber, looping the same thoughts, the same emotional reactions, the same subtle expectations, day after day, calling it reality. But reality isn't repeating itself. You are. And the signal you're sending, whether you're aware of it or not, is instructing the quantum field to hold the pattern. This is why your affirmations fall flat, why your vision boards feel like fantasies, why your meditation sometimes feels hollow, because underneath it all, your subconscious is still transmitting the old frequency, the identity that was built from disappointment, rejection, survival, and scarcity. Your mind might be reaching for more, but your body is still bracing for the past. And here's the kicker: your nervous system doesn't follow logic, it follows memory. If it hasn't felt safe to expand before, it won't let you do it now, no matter how many mantras you chant. But once you understand this, you unlock something powerful. Because what feels familiar is not what's true, it's just what's been repeated. And repetition is the most programmable aspect of your biology. You can begin to shift your frequency today, not by forcing belief, but by recognizing the source of your broadcast, your emotional reflexes. What do you feel when you check your bank account? When you think about your future? When you imagine being seen fully, loved deeply, or wildly successful? These reactions are the clues. They reveal what signal your body is sending 24/7, and until those reflexes shift, the quantum field has no new instructions to follow. But here's the key. You don't need to fix every emotion or dissect every memory. You just need to become aware of the default signal you're stuck in and interrupt it. Because the field doesn't require perfection, it requires precision. Every time you shift your attention, even slightly, toward the feeling of safety, gratitude, or alignment, you're rewriting your electromagnetic code. And that code is what reality listens to. Not your hopes, not your hustle. Just your signal. Let's break it down to the first and most immediate technique: emotional calibration. The practice of consciously tuning your body to the signal of your desired reality before there's any external evidence to validate it. Think of your emotions as the magnetic field around your intention. They're not just feelings, they're frequencies. And these frequencies are what the quantum field detects, interprets, and mirrors back into form. So if you're trying to manifest financial abundance while your body is vibrating in anxiety every time you check your account, you're not sending a signal of wealth, you're sending scarcity coded in panic. The key isn't to pretend it's not there. The key is to shift your inner environment so it becomes the blueprint of what you want, not what you fear. Here's how. Start your day by identifying the emotional essence of what you're calling in. Is it freedom, peace, excitement, love? Don't just name it, feel it. Let it move through your chest, your breath, your skin. Close your eyes and give your nervous system a 3-minute experience of what that reality would feel like if it were already yours. Not visualization for fantasy, calibration for frequency. This isn't about imagination, it's about rehearsal. Because when you feel an emotion strongly enough, your body believes it's real. And in the quantum realm, that becomes the new instruction. It's what Joe Dispenza and other researchers have found when people enter coherent emotional states. Their biology, their brainwaves, their energetic field begin to match the reality they're focused on, and the universe. It starts responding, as if that version already exists, because in quantum terms it does. The The only thing missing is a stable enough signal for it to collapse into form. Calibration doesn't mean you never wobble. It means you return again and again to the vibration of the life you choose. And each time you do, your field stabilizes a little more. You become magnetic without effort, clear without control, powerful without force. Here's the truth most people miss. It's not about achieving a high vibration once. It's about sustaining coherence in a world that's constantly pulling you back into the old frequency. And the fastest way to do that is through what I call the signal anchor method. This isn't about forcing yourself to stay positive. It's about installing specific emotional anchors throughout your day that gently return you to the aligned frequency without needing willpower. Your body is programmable. It means it can associate states like safety, abundance, or love with a breath pattern, a word, even a posture. Think about it when you slump your shoulders, stare down, and sigh. Your whole system reactivates old timelines, disappointment, defeat, fear. But when you intentionally sit up, breathe deep, soften your jaw, and whisper, "I'm safe. I'm tuned, I'm aligned," your field shifts. Not because of the words, but because of the vibration behind them. That's your anchor. Create 3 of these signal anchors each day, 1 in the morning, 1 mid-afternoon, and 1 before bed. Morning. Calibrate your emotional state by feeling into your chosen frequency while placing a hand over your heart. Let your body memorize the signal. Midday. Pause, close your eyes, take 1 deep breath and whisper a phrase or affirmation that feels real to the future you're stepping into. Before bed, replay the moments you held your frequency and feel gratitude for them. No judgment, just awareness. These micro adjustments aren't small, they are quantum pivots. Every time you disrupt the old pattern and return to your desired frequency, you collapse a new timeline into place. This is how you become the signal, not occasionally, but consistently. Not through perfection, but through presence. Isn't waiting for you to be flawless, it's waiting for you to feel aligned enough. It's long enough for the next version of reality to take form. Anchor your signal and the shift begins to compound. Let's be real, no matter how many high-frequency moments you create. If your subconscious is still broadcasting unresolved pain, betrayal, or fear, that low signal will override everything. And the problem? Most of it is invisible. It doesn't show up as "I'm scared" or "I don't believe in myself." It shows up as procrastination, as tension in your chest when you dream too big, as self-sabotage right when things are going well. That's not you being lazy or weak. That's an old signal trying to keep you safe, and the only way it knows how, by keeping you familiar. But here's the revolutionary insight. You don't need to heal everything to shift reality, you just need to interrupt the transmission. The key is non-identification. Instead of reacting to the fear, observe it like static on a radio. Ah, there's the old station again. The moment you notice the pattern, you've created space, and space is the beginning of freedom. When a memory arises, don't resist it. Pause. Ask, what frequency is this trying to pull me into? Then breathe and decide, do I want to match that or broadcast something else? This isn't bypassing, it's mastery. You're not pretending the pain isn't there. You're refusing to let it speak for you. Try this. Every time a negative loop plays, say softly, "That's the old program. I'm observing, not obeying." Pair it with a physical movement, shake your hands, stretch your spine, change rooms. Why? Because shifting your body helps. Shift the signal. Your nervous system needs new evidence, and the evidence is you showing up differently. It's time you do, the emotional charge behind that old memory weakens. Its ability to hijack your timeline dissolves. You are no longer just healing, you're tuning, rewriting, choosing, and when your field no longer matches the past stops repeating. Here's the part that feels like magic but is pure quantum mechanics. Your highest self, the version of you already living in alignment, abundance, purpose is not a fantasy. It's a frequency pattern that already exists in the quantum field. And the fastest way to experience that version? Stop trying to become them and start observing life from their eyes. This is where most people miss the shift. They keep asking, how do I get there? The quantum doesn't respond to striving. It responds to resonance. The shift happens the moment you stop chasing and start embodying. Imagine this. Close your eyes and visualize the version of you who already has at peace, success, deep love, whatever it is for you. Now ask, how do they walk? How do they speak? What are they no longer afraid of? Let your body respond, not your mind, your nervous system. Breathe like them, sit like them. See your current life through their energy, that shift in perception. That's the tuning fork. That's entanglement. When you observe life through the frequency of your future self, you collapse their timeline into now. It's not pretending, it's permission. Because their signal already exists, and the moment you match it, the universe reorganizes to reflect. The quantum field doesn't care about your words, it cares about your signal stability. You're not creating a new reality, you're selecting from the ones that already exist. And this future you, they're not waiting in the distance. They're here now, just outside your current broadcast range. The more you tune in, the stronger the signal becomes, and suddenly, what felt impossible begins to arrive with ease. Because you're no longer requesting it from lack, you're receiving it from alignment. The real test of alignment isn't during meditation or when you're alone in silence, it's in the chaos. It's when your inbox is overflowing, your phone won't stop buzzing. Someone says something that triggers an old wound, and suddenly your body wants to contract, to react, to return to the old identity. That's the moment most people snap, back to the old frequency. But here's where mastery begins. When you can remember who you are becoming, even when life tries to pull you into who you used to be. That's not willpower, that's anchored coherence. The key is to create what I call micro-choice portals, tiny windows during your day where you catch yourself. Ask, which version of me is about to respond right now? Is it the reactive self, the fearful self, or the aligned self who already knows how this ends? Just asking the question is enough to shift your signal, because awareness breaks the trance. And once the trance is broken, you reclaim the power to choose your broadcast. Practice this. When you get triggered, pause. Put one hand over your chest, breathe deep, and whisper, return. That single word is a command to your field, a reminder to shift from survival to signal, from autopilot to creator. Even in 5 seconds, you can tune back into the energy of your higher self. And the more often you do, the more that version becomes your default. This isn't about ignoring life's challenges, it's about observing them from a new vibrational altitude. Problems don't disappear. They respond differently to a different signal. Stressor that used to collapse your state will now just pass through you. Why? Because your field is no longer resonating with the timeline that gave it power. You've changed your tuning, and so reality has no choice but to follow. This is the moment where shift becomes embodiment, where knowing turns into becoming. Because all the understanding, all the calibration, all the signal tuning you've practiced, it's not just preparation. It is the shift. Your quantum leap doesn't happen when the money lands, or when the partner arrives, or when the career explodes. It happens when you stop negotiating with the old version of you. You say with every breath, every choice, every cell in your body, this is who I am now. And from that anchored identity, you don't manifest, you magnetize. You don't hope, you broadcast. You don't chase reality. You collapse timelines. So here's your practice. Each morning, before you check your phone, sit in silence, breathe, close your eyes. Tune into the frequency of the version of you who already lives the life you've been reaching for. Feel their breath in your lungs. See through their eyes. Think from their energy. And then walk into your day as them. Not perfectly, but persistently. Let every moment be an invitation to return not to effort, but to coherence. Because when your field is consistent, the universe becomes obedient. Reality stops resisting and starts responding. This is not motivation. And if you felt something awaken in you during this video, a shift in perception, a flicker of truth, a quiet knowing, you're already collapsing the next version of yourself. So hold it. Nurture it and live from it. Stirred something deep in you. If you know you're ready to stop watching life and start rewriting it, then stay in this field with us. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share this with someone who's ready to hear it. It's not just to grow a channel, but to grow a frequency, a movement, a remembering. Because you're not alone on this path, and this is just the beginning. Welcome to the shift.